Hello students, as in the previous lecture we have computed metric tensors, determinant of metric tensor and some Christopher symbol that we are going to use in unit 2. As we know in previous lecture that there are total 14 numbers, that is Christopher symbols gamma of Rmn are 14 numbers. In last lecture we have listed non-vanishing Christopher symbols. So we quickly recall that what we have seen in the last lecture, that is we have taken the line element which is given by ds square equals to minus e to the power a dr square minus r square d theta square plus sine square theta d phi square bracket close plus e to the power b dt square. Okay, for this line element we have computed the Christopher symbol Rmn, and as Rmn are varying from R comma M comma N, all are varying from 1 2 3 4 because we are taking x1 coordinate as R, x2 coordinate as theta, x3 coordinate as phi and x4 coordinate as t. And here r, theta, phi and t are in a spherical polar coordinate, therefore we call this line element as a spherically symmetric. Okay, spherically symmetric line element. And now from this as Rm comma n are varying from 1 2 3 4, so gamma of Rmn, if we compute all this Christopher symbol then they are total 14 numbers. And to compute all these 40 symbols are inconvenient to solve, okay, because they are takes much time to solve. So we have the method or some short methods from which we can list only non-vanishing Christopher symbol. Non-vanishing Christopher symbol means what? That is gamma of Rmn not equals to 0. We can list only those symbols which are non-vanishing, that is they are non-zero, and all other remaining are 0. So to compute or to list the non-vanishing Christopher symbol, this is depend on what? This is depend on the metric tensor Gmn. Metric tensor is given by Gmn, and from this line element we have the metric tensor as G11. G11 is the metric tensor which is nothing but our related with the R, because x1 is here, so it is related to R, and so G11 is nothing but our coefficient of dr square, so it is minus e to the power a. G22 is equals to the coefficient of d theta square, so it is minus r square. G33 equals to the coefficient of d phi square, so we multiply r square inside the bracket, so it is minus r square sine square theta. G44 is equals to the coefficient of dt square, and the coefficient of dt square is our e to the power b, right? So from this, as we say that 1 is depend on what? Means a is a function of r, so G11 is depend on only r because there is no theta, phi, t is present in this term. So a is depend on r, so G11 is also depend on r. So r is our first coordinate, so 1 is depend on 1. Here G22 has only r is here, no theta, there is no phi, there is no t, so 22 is depend on also 1. 33 there is only theta, r and theta, so r is first coordinate x1 and theta is second coordinate, so 33 is depend on 1 comma 2. And 44, that is G44, here there is no theta, no phi, no t, so b is a function of r, because here we take the a and b, we take a is a function of r alone and b is a function of r alone. Okay, so e to the power b is depend on, that is 44 is depend on 1, because B is depend on R. So 4, 4 is depend on 1. So from this, we have listed all the non-vanishing Christopher symbol in the previous lecture. So what are they? So from the first column, that is for first, our non-vanishing Christopher symbol. What are the combination of this? Only gamma of 1, 1, 1. Only this combination can be formed from this 1, 1, 1. Okay. So from the first column, we have the first Christopher symbol gamma of 1, 1, 1. From second column, we have 1, 2, 2, gamma of 2, 1, 2, gamma of 2, 2, 1. And as we know that gamma of Rmn equals to gamma of Rnm. So gamma of 2, 1, 2 equals to 2, 2, 1. Is there any combination form? No. Okay. So there is no combination other than this can be formed. And thus we take third column. From the third, we have gamma of, now make the combination with 1, make the combination with 2 and with 3. Okay, so we have firstly 1, 3, 3, then gamma of 3, 1, 3, then gamma of 3, 3, 1. Okay, and both are equal. Now using 2, we have gamma of 2, 3, 3, comma gamma of 3, 2, 3, which is equals to gamma of 3, 3, 2. Right? So we are making in this way. And now if you say the Christopher symbol gamma of 1, 2, 3 can be formed. Now here 1, 2, 3 all are different, and so all are different. So by solving this, we get it is equals to 0. Okay? By solving the definition of the Christopher symbol, we get gamma of 1, 2, 3 is equals to 0, and thus we cannot form the Christopher symbol which have all different numbers. Okay, so here we are taking two common numbers, here 3, 3, here 3, 3 common, here 3, 3 common. Okay, is there any other symbol form from this? No, because if we form again 3, 2, 1, all are different, so this is equals to 0. Okay, so only these symbols are non-vanishing symbol which we can form using this. Okay, now from the fourth column, we have gamma of 1, 4, 4 and gamma of 4, 1, 4, which is equals to gamma of 4, 4, 1. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, both are equals to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So from this 40 symbol, we have only the 9 symbol which are non-vanishing, that is they are not equals to 0, and all other symbol are equals to 0. So we are using this in the today's topic. Our today's topic is a Schwarzschild exterior solution. So we start our today's topic. Remember all the Christopher symbol here, because we are going to calculate we are using this and calculating the Rmn, that is our Ricci tensor Rmn. We are calculating this in today's lecture. So our today's topic is a Schwarzschild exterior solution. So we are finding the Schwarzschild exterior solution. Our Schwarzschild exterior solution is solution of our Rmn equals to 0. So we are solving here Rmn equals to 0 for the spherically symmetric line element. For the spherically symmetric line element, and which is given by our ds square equals to minus e to the power 8 dr square minus r square d theta square plus sine square theta d phi square bracket close here plus e to the power b dt square. Okay, So this is our spherically symmetric line element, and the solution, that is we are solving Rmn equals to 0. So by solving this Rmn equals to 0, we get a solution which is our Schwarzschild exterior solution. And this Schwarzschild exterior solution is correspond to the gravitational field of the isolated particle. That is, for example, the gravitational field of an sun. Okay, because sun is isolated. In the neighborhood of sun there are no other planets, because in some radius. Okay, so in some radius there is nothing other than the sun. Okay, that is, for example, if here is sun, then the planets are here. Okay, so this distance is remaining here. So as like a sun, we can say that the solution we get here, after solving this, we get gravitational field, and the gravitational field, that is solution of this, is correspond to the gravitational field, and we call this gravitational field of an isolated particle. As here we can take the example as the sun, but also we can take the example of earth also. So it gives us a solution of gravitational field, that is gravitational field of isolated particle. And we take the field, that is the spherically symmetric line element gives the field of this isolated particle, but here A and B are not known. So using this Rmn equals to 0, that is we take Rmn equals to 0 and we solve all the equation Rmn equals to 0 to find the values of A and B. And the values of, by finding the values of A and B and substituting in this line element, we get the field which is a Schwarzschild exterior solution, or gravitational field, that is solution of this line element after finding the values of A and B gives a gravitational field of an isolated particle. And as here we have taken A and B are function of R alone, and we take the units such that C is equals to 1 and G is equals to 1. What is C? C is our speed of light. So we take the unit in the manner that C is equals to 1, and we take units in the manner that G is equals to 1. What is G is here? G is our gravitational constant. So this is equals to 1. And as we know that as we move away from the particle, our gravitational field going to reduce. Okay, so that is as we go away from our earth gravitational field. So there is a limit of the gravitational field. So whenever particle or satellite sending from the earth, they are moving out of the gravitational field, so they can take their orbit, right? So as we know that as we tense r is the distance, that is we are going away from the particle, that is we are tending, r tends to infinity. Okay, that is we are going away from the gravitational field of the, as we go away from the particle, our gravitational field becomes reduces, or we can say diminishes. Diminish means going to reduce. And at infinite distance, our gravitational field become a field of special relativity. Okay, our gravitational field is nothing but the equation of this line element after finding the values of A and B. And as we tense, r tends to infinity, that is going away from the particle, then this line element going to be a, that is this field is going to be a field of special relativity, and the special relativity is given by, the field of special relativity is given by minus dr square minus r square d theta square plus sine square theta d phi square plus dt square. Okay, so this is nothing but our field of special relativity. And after comparing this to what we have, what we get here, e to the power a comma e to the power b tending to 1, right? So as comparing this, we get here e to the power p, e to the power a is equals to 1 or tending to 1 when r tends to infinity. So this is when r tends to infinity, and this tends to 1 means what? E to the power a tends to means what? What is the effect on a? So a tends to 0. This goes to 1 when a tends to 0. So we can say that this is same as a comma b tends to 0 as r tends to infinity. So we write all this explanation here, and again I will explain once. As Schwarzschild solution is the static spherically symmetric solution of Rmn equals to 0, and which is correspond to the gravitational field of an isolated particle, right? As we have saying here about the sun is an isolated particle, earth is an isolated particle. So the Schwarzschild solution, which is nothing but solving the Rmn equals to 0, and this Rmn equals to 0 gives you the gravitational field of an isolated particle. And this gravitational field, we write this in terms of line element as dA square equals to minus e to the power a dr square minus r square theta square plus sine square theta into d phi square plus e to the power b dt square. And we give this as equation number 1 to this line element, where a and b are function of r alone, and we have chosen the units, that is we have chosen c equals to 1 and g equals to 1 in some units. So the gravitational field, as we r tends to infinity, our gravitational field diminishes or reduces. So for this, when r tends to infinity, our gravitational field in this equation going to reduce in the special relativity. So we have write this as this line element, and by comparing this two, we get e to the power a comma e to the power b. Comparing this dt square, here e to the power b, here its coefficient is 1. So e to the power a and e to the power b tends to 1, and this is happens when a and b tends to 0. So a comma b tends to 0 when r tends to infinity. So this is our condition when r tends to infinity, and thus now we have to solve this Rmn equals to 0 to find the values of a and b. So our aim is to find, it is now we have to find a and b by solving the empty space time field equation. This Rmn equals to 0 is nothing but our, this is an equation of the empty space time field equation. So to find this, we have to firstly know about the non-vanishing Christoffel symbol, that is gamma of Rmn non-vanishing Christoffel symbols. We have to compute this. We have to compute the metric tensor G11, G22, G33. Okay, and then we compute the then we have only the non-vanishing components of Ricci tensor as R11, R22, R33 and R44. So only here we get only this non-vanishing components of Ricci tensor, and we have to compute this using the Christoffel symbol. Okay, so in this lecture we compute the one, that is R11, and remaining you have to compute by yourself. Okay, now Rmn, that is Ricci tensor. The formula for Ricci tensor is Rmn equals to minus gamma of p mn comma p plus gamma of p mn comma p minus gamma of q mn gamma of p pq plus gamma of qmp gamma of p qn, and this is equals to 0. Okay, now here see, whenever mn is here, so we are taking mn in the same order and p as a dummy suffix, and here it is pn. Okay, So when we change the order of Pn here, so we have the plus sign, and when the same order we have the minus sign, minus gamma of, here we are taking the dummy suffix as q again, so qmn is here. When the same order there is a minus sign, so qmn as p, q is dummy suffix, so we are taking in the lower suffixes, and p in upper, and here p we have to cancel out, so p as a dummy suffix and lower suffixes, plus gamma of q mp, that is we are changing again the order of m, n and p, so p and n the order is changing here, so we have plus sign gamma of q mp, gamma of p qn. So remember this formula for the recit answer, and we have to solve for this is equals to 0. Now as we have one more formula, that gamma of pmp, that is whenever this p is repeated, so this is equals to log of under root of minus g comma m. So when this is repeated, non-repeated suffix we have in the derivative, so this is equals to log of under root of minus g comma m, and this is under root of minus g when g is negative. So when g is negative we have this formula, or this is equals to log of root g comma m when g is positive. So you have seen this in the MSc first year, that the Christopher symbol in this type is equals to this. Okay, so after substituting this value here, we get Rmn is equals to minus gamma of p mn comma p plus gamma of, here p is dummy suffix and m is not, therefore we have this is equals to log of under root of minus g comma m, and already here comma n is here, so we write comma mn minus gamma of q mn, and here again p is dummy suffix, so we write here as log of under root of minus g, and non-dummy suffix is q, so we write here comma q, plus gamma of q mp into gamma of p qn. Here all m and p all variables are varying from 1 to 3 4. Okay, and here ln means log, we are taking ln because the suffix, that is here base is our e, that is exponential. If we have base as 10, then we'll write it as log log. Okay, and when our base is base to the e, then we write ln in this paper. Okay, remember this, whenever there is a base e, then we are writing log as ln. This is equals to 0, and we give this as a equation number 3, as 2 is completed here, so we have equation number 3 here, and this satisfy this, that is Rmn satisfying the condition in equation 2. The condition, that is e to the power a comma e to the power b tends to 1 implies a comma b tends to 0 as r tends to infinity. So this Rmn equals 0 satisfy this condition. Now we compute the non-vanishing Christopher symbol and non-vanishing recit answer. So for this, from line element 1 in 1, okay, so that is from line element in 1 we have g11, we letting that is we are taking x1 first coordinate as r, x2 second coordinate as theta, third coordinate as phi, and fourth coordinate as t. Okay, we are letting this. So from this we have g11 is equals to the coefficient of dr square, so it is minus e to the power a. g22 is equals to minus r square. g33 equals to minus r square into sine square theta, and g44 equals to e to the power b, right, where a and b are function of r alone, remember this also. And gmn equals to 0 when m not equals to n. So m not equals to n, that is g12, g13, these are all 0. Okay, so when m not equals to n, gmn equals to 0, and we compute then g, that is equals to the determinant of gmn, which is equals to, now determinant of gmn is equals to g11 into g22 into g33 into g44. This is because all the non-diagonal element of the matrix formed by gmn are equals to 0. Okay, that is only diagonal element are present, and all non-diagonal element are equals to 0, and therefore the determinant of gmn is the multiplication or product of all the diagonal element, and this is equals to, now g11 equals to minus e to the power a, this is minus r square, so minus minus plus, so r to the power 4 sine square theta, r square into r square, r to the power 4 sine square theta, and this is e to the power b, so we write here e to the power a plus b, r to the power 4 sine square theta. This is equals to g, so minus g is equals to minus r to the power 4 sine square theta. We write this in manner e to the power a plus b. Now if we have taken the under root of this, minus sign is get cancelled, so minus g equals to r to the power 4 sine square theta e to the power a plus b. And now if we take the under root of this, so under root of this is equals to under root of r to the power 4 is r square, sine square theta is sine theta, and under root of this is nothing but e to the power 1 upon 2 a plus b. Because a plus b to the power half is there, so we write this as a plus b into half. G upper suffix we calculate, this is our g lower suffix mn, that is a metric tensor. Now we calculate the conjugate metric tensor, which is g upper suffix mn. So g upper suffix mn is nothing but our 1 upon g mn when m equals to n, and this is equals to 0 when m not equals to n. Okay, so we write also g upper suffix mn is equals to 1 upon g lower suffix mn when m equals to n, and this is equals to 0 when m not equals to n. So this is equals to, this implies g upper suffix 1 equals to minus e to the power minus a, comma g22 equals to minus 1 upon r square, comma g33 is equals to 1 upon r square sine square theta minus 1 upon r square sine square theta, and g44 equals to e to the power minus b. Okay, we are taking here the reciprocal of g lower suffix 1, g lower suffix 2, g lower suffix 3, and g lower suffix 4, reciprocal of that, and from this we compute the non-vanishing Christoffel symbol, non-vanishing Christoffel symbol R. Here we have the list of all non-vanishing Christoffel symbol, that is gamma of 1, 1, 1, gamma of 1, 2, 2, gamma of 2, 1, 2, gamma of 1, 3, 3, gamma of 3, 1, 3, gamma of 2, 3, 3, gamma of 3, 3, 2, and gamma of 1, 4, 4, gamma of 4, 1, 4. So this all are non-vanishing Christoffel symbol for our line element here. Okay, and thus as we compute some of this in the previous lecture, so I am writing here directly all the values of gamma 1, 1. The value of gamma 1, 1 is equals to 1 upon 2 a dash. A dash is nothing but our del a upon del r, where a dash is nothing but our del a upon del r. Gamma of 1, 2, 2, which is equals to minus e to the power minus a into r. Gamma of 1, 3, 3, which is equals to minus e to the power minus a r sine square theta. Gamma of 1, 4, 4 equals to 1 upon 2 b dash e to the power b minus a. Gamma of 2, 1, 2, which is equals to 1 upon r. Gamma of 2, 3, 3, gamma of 2, 3, 3 equals to minus sine theta into cos theta. Gamma of 3, 2, 3 is equals to cot cot theta, gamma of 313 equals to 1 upon r, and gamma of 414 equals to 1 upon 2 b dash. Okay, so we have only this 9 symbols are non-vanishing Christopher symbol here for our line element in equation 1, and from this non-vanishing Christopher you have to solve this and verify whether all are right or not. Okay, so solve by yourself. And now we compute the non-vanishing component of receipt tensor. Now the non-vanishing components of the receipt tensor Rmn for the line element in equation 1 are, the non-vanishing components are R11, R22, R33 and R44. These are all non-vanishing component. We have to compute all. So firstly we compute the R11. So we compute R11, and this R11 is computed by substituting. So we put m equals to n equals to 1 in equation 3, where we write the formula for Rmn. Okay, so we put m equals to n equals to 1 there. So what is the value of that? So the value of Rmn in equation 3 is this, and here we put m equals to n equals to 1 1. So what we get here, substituted m equals to n equals to 1 1. Okay, so R11 is equals to minus gamma of p11 comma p plus comma 1 1 minus gamma of q11 log of under root of minus g comma q plus gamma of q1p plus gamma of pq1. Now to find R11 we find term by term. Okay, so we take the first term, we solve first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and substitute by solving all term in R11. Okay, so first term here is nothing but our, so first term on right hand side is equals to minus gamma of p11 comma p. Now as here we vary p is varying from 1 to 3 4 because we have 4 coordinate x, r, theta, phi and t. So p is varying from 1 to 3 4. So here p is dummy suffixes, so this varies as, this can be written as gamma of 1 1 comma p 1 because p is equals to 1, minus is here, so we are writing here p is dummy suffix. So as p is dummy suffix, we use the summation convention rule. Okay, so by summation convention rule, this is equals to gamma of 1 1 plus gamma of 2 1 1 comma 2 plus gamma of 3 1 1 comma 3 plus gamma of 4 1 1 comma 4. Okay, so by varying p 1 2 3 4, we have this as p is dummy suffix, and from the non-vanishing Christopher symbol, here we have only gamma of 1 1 1 is present, 2 1 1, 3 1 1 and 4 1 1. Nothing is present other than gamma of 1 1 1. Okay, that is this all are equal to 0. That is all these are vanishing, and we have only non-vanishing symbol as gamma of 1 1 1. So when we vary this p here as a dummy suffix, so we have only this is equals to minus of gamma of 1 1 comma 1. That is, we can take here p equals to 1 only, because p is varying from 1 to 3 4, and since gamma of 2 1 1 comma gamma of 3 1 1, gamma of 4 1 1, all are vanishing, and since p is dummy suffix, therefore all are vanishing, and therefore we have only first term as gamma of 1 1 comma 1. What is the value of gamma of 1 1 is minus 1 upon this is minus sign is here, 1 upon 2 a dash comma 1, and comma 1 is nothing but our del a, that is the partial derivative with respect to 1, and first is nothing but our r, first coordinate is our r coordinate, so this is our minus half a double dash, that is we are differentiating a dash with respect to r again, so this is a double dash. Okay, so this is our first term. Similarly, we compute the second term. Second term is equals to our log of under root of minus g comma 1 1. Okay, so this is equals to log of what is the value of under root of minus g? So the value of under root of minus g is r square sine theta e to the power 1 upon 2a plus, with that we have write it previously. So substitute here r square sine theta e to the power 1 upon 2a plus b comma 1 1. Okay, now here this is two bracket are here, log bracket closing comma 1 1 and the bracket of this term as log of, and we know that log of m plus m into n is equals to log of m plus log of n. So using the rule of logarithmic, here we have log of here all in product, so we have log of r square plus log of sine theta plus log of e to the power 1 upon 2a plus b comma 1 1 is here, that is equals to, now using again the logarithmic rule, that is r square is in the power, so power comes front, so 2 log of r, okay, plus log of sine theta as it is, plus again this is in the power, so it is from first, that is 1 upon 2a plus b log of e, and log of e is equals to 1. Okay, so comma 1 1. Now we differentiate with respect to, that is we derivate with respect to r, comma 1 is our partial derivative and this is with respect to r, so this is equals to, what is this equals to, 2 upon r log of r, the derivative of log of r, derivative of log r is 1 upon r plus the derivative with respect to r, since here is a sine theta, so derivative with respect to r is nothing but 0, plus the derivative of this term is 1 upon 2 a dash plus b dash, derivative of a with respect to r is a dash, derivative of b with respect to r is b dash, and log e is 1. So comma 1 is completed, comma again double derivative is there, so we have taken single derivative, now we take again the derivative of this term. So derivative of 2 upon r is minus 2 upon r square. Derivative of 1 upon x is minus 1 upon x square, right? So this is equals to minus 1 upon r square, plus derivative of a dash again with respect to r is a double dash, plus derivative of b dash again with respect to r is b double dash. So we have this second term. Now the third term, now we compute the third term. Third term is our minus gamma of q11 log of under root of minus g comma q. Now third term is equals to minus gamma of q11 log of under root of minus g comma q. Now again here q is varying from 1 to 3 4, so from the same argument, that is here is a p is dummy suffix, same q is here dummy suffix, so as q is varying from 1 to 3 4, we have gamma of q is equals to 2, we have 2 1 1, so 2 1 1 is equals to 0, we have 3 1 1, so 3 1 1 is equals to 0, then we have 4 1 1 which is also equals to 0, so we can take q as equals to 1, and therefore this is equals to minus gamma of 1 1 1, right? And log of under root of minus g comma 1 is here, because we are taking q is only equals to 1, so this is equals to, what is the value of minus, what is the value of gamma of 1 1 1? It is equals to 1 upon 2, as here we have written 1 upon 2 a dash, Okay, and the value of log of under root of minus g comma 1. So we have to not write this because we have computed here comma 1, as here double 1 is there, that is double derivative is here. So we have computed single derivative as this term. So this is equals to 2 upon r plus 1 upon 2 a dash plus b dash, right? So this is term is here and this is comma 1 is equals to this term. Now we open the bracket by this term, so we have 2 get cancelled, so minus a dash upon r plus is not there, multiplying by minus half into a dash, so it is minus 1 upon 4, a dash into a dash is a dash square minus 1 upon 4 a dash into b dash. Okay, so by opening this bracket we get that this third term equals to this term. Now fourth term equals to the fourth term is gamma of q1p, gamma of pq1. Again here p is dummy suffix, q is dummy suffix, so we have to apply here the summation rule. So we are writing this as gamma of 1 gamma of p11 plus gamma of 2 gamma of p21 plus gamma of 3 gamma of p31 plus gamma of 4 into gamma of p41. Okay, so we are varying here q firstly, then we vary p. So by varying q we use the summation rule for 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, when we vary we add the summation here. So this is equals to, now we vary p here. So if we vary p equals to 1, we get gamma. So p equals to 1, we get gamma of 1, 1, 1. Now p equals to 2, we have gamma of 1, 1, 2, right? P equals to 2, we have gamma of 1, 1, 2. Is gamma of 1, 1, 2 present? No, this is not present in our non-vanishing Christoffel symbol. So we cannot take p equals to 2. Similarly, we have to take, if we take p equals to 3, then we have, if we take p equals to 3, then we have gamma of 1, 1, 3. Again, gamma of 1, 1, 3. 1, 1, 3 is present in our non-vanishing Christoffel symbol? No. So this is again equals to 0. Again, p equals to 4. So p equals to 4 is gamma of 1, 1, 4. Also, this is not present in our Christoffel symbol. So this is equals to 0. So when we vary p equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. P equals to 2, 3 and 4, we get the vanishing Christoffel symbol, that is all Christoffel symbol equals to 0. So we take only p is equals to 1. The same condition true for all these terms. Okay, you can check from this by putting p equals to 1, putting p equals to 2, putting p equals to 3 here, putting p equals to 4. We have get the Christoffel symbol as, so our first term is equals to, for only we get for p equals to 1, so this is gamma of 1, 1, here 1, 1, 1 plus, here if we vary p, if we take p is equals to 1, so 2, 1, 1 is present here? No. P equals to, if we take p equals to 2, so 2, 1, 2 is there. Okay, so 2, 1, 2 is present, so we have only p is equals to 2 here. So we write 2, 1, 2, gamma of 2, 2, 1 plus, similarly we have here gamma of 3, 1, 3, gamma of 3, 3, 1 plus gamma of 4, 1, 4, gamma of 4, 4, 1. Okay, so we can check by taking this as, okay, so this is in rough. You can check here from this, we get only here p equals to 1, for only that we get the non-vanishing Christoffel symbol. Here for p equals to 2 we get, here for p equals to 3 we get, and here for p equals to 4, for only those we get the non-vanishing Christoffel symbol, and thus we write this here as this one, and the values of this are, so values of this is equals to gamma of 1, 1, 1 is 1 upon 2 a dash, and again 1 upon 2 a dash, so it is square, plus gamma of 2, 1, 2, gamma of 2, 2, 1, 2, the value is 1 upon r, so we have in bracket 1 upon r square because it is in multiplication, plus 3, 1, 3, the value of 3, 1, 3 is 1 upon r its square plus the value of 414. The value of 414 is 1 upon 2 into b dash its square. So we get the fourth term as 1 upon 4 a dash square plus 2 upon r to the power r square plus 1 upon 4 b dash square. So we get all the four term, first, second, third, fourth. Now we substitute all these four term in the R11. So R11 is equals to, so our first term is nothing but our minus 1 upon 2 a double dash plus second term is nothing but our minus 2 upon r square plus 1 upon 2 a double dash plus b double dash plus our third term is nothing but minus a dash upon r minus 1 upon 4 a dash square minus 1 upon 4 a dash b dash plus our fourth term is 1 upon 4 a dash square minus 2 upon r square plus 1 upon 4 b dash square. Now here by comparing the like term, we get, here it is plus 2 upon r square. So minus 2 upon r square plus 2 upon r square. So this term get cancelled. 1 upon 4 a dash square, here it is minus, here it is plus. So this get cancelled. Now by opening the bracket, minus half a double dash plus half a double dash, these terms get cancelled. So we remain with 1 upon 2 b double dash minus a dash upon r minus 1 upon 4 a dash b dash, this term, plus 1 upon 4 b dash square. Now we can take the common half. So we have half in bracket b double dash plus 1 upon 2 b dash square minus 2 a dash upon r. Okay, we are writing this term minus 1 upon 2 a dash b dash. Okay, so this is our R11. Now similarly we can obtain R22, which is equals to e to the power minus a 1 plus 1 upon 2 r b dash minus a dash minus 1. R33 is equals to sine square theta R22. R44 equals to minus half e to the power b minus a b double dash plus 1 upon 2 b dash square minus 1 upon 2 a dash b dash plus 2 upon r b dash. So we can, as I have computed R11, so you can similarly compare R22, R33 and R44, and also you have to remember all this, so to save the time of computation. Okay, so to save the time of computation, you have to remember directly, and also try by yourself to, is the values are similarly that I have written or not. Okay, so compute yourself that the values are computed, how the values are computed of R22, R33 and R44, and then we solve the field equation. Then the field equations are Mn equals to 0 imply. Okay, so we here we stop. I am stop here, and in the next lecture we compare this R11 to, that is we are compare Rmn equals to 0 and find the values of a and b.